there. Okay. Playlist is in the chat if you would like it. Roman's here. Okay. Let's see, my friends. Is it time, honey?
9:01, yes.
Okay, it's time. It's time. I'm going to put in my microphone and just make sure you guys can still hear me once the mic's in. So, okay, so give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? Good? Yeah? Okay. All right. Then let's just go ahead and get started, do our yoga. So come to a comfortable seat on your mat. And as always, if there's any little wiggles you want to get out, take a moment to do so. So maybe stretch your arms up, roll your head around, roll your shoulders around. And then just take a moment and eventually settle into stillness. And if you are using my playlist, you're welcome to start it at any time you'd like. So close your eyes, either rest your hands intentionally on your lap, or if you'd like to, you can bring your hands to your heart, maybe one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly. And just take these first few moments to really arrive in your space. So wherever you are at, just feel into it. Notice sounds, smells, notice the temperature in the room. Notice the ground underneath you. And then bring more awareness inward into your own body. So noticing physically how you feel, energetically what's going on inside, and then also emotionally what's present for you. So not trying to change or fix or control anything, just simply noticing. And then start to notice the rise and fall of your breath. The expansion and contraction of each inhale and each exhale. And next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can and hold at the very, very top in fullness. When you think you're full, see if you can even sip in just a little bit more. Exhale, big open mouth sigh, let it go. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, fill up. Good, hold at the top. Sip in just that little bit more. And exhale, sigh it out, release. Last time, so biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Think of waking your body up from the inside with this breath, this prana, this life force energy. Hold in fullness. Keep holding, but see if you can soften and relax around your breath. And then when you're ready, just that big open mouth sigh, release. Good, you guys. Now seal your lips gently and start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So each time you breathe in, feel your breath move all the way down into your low belly, into your low back. Each time you exhale, see if you can find absolute emptiness at the bottom. So at the end of each exhale, pull your belly button in and up. Find what we call Uddiyana Bandha, our core lock. So your navel draws towards your spine. You feel that connection to your center. So you can stay here, just sitting, breathing, your Sunday morning seated meditation for as long as you would like. When you feel ready to add some movement, maybe you start from your seat. So maybe you start to just kind of circle your torso around. Maybe again, you want to roll your head around, kind of creating some space, some openness through your neck and your shoulders, your chest. When you feel ready, and no rush, but eventually find your way to hands and knees, a tabletop position, and start to move intuitively from there. So you can go for just regular cat-cows. Inhale to arch your spine. Exhale to round your back. And then get as creative as you want to, so you can just make it feel good for you. Hip circles, child's pose, cobra, scorpion cobra. So just feeling into your own body, listening to your own breath, just becoming better acquainted with what's going on inside for you this morning. So there is no right or wrong. This is just your time to be with yourself and to notice, to become more aware, more present with what is. I'm going to say take about 5 more rounds of breath, just exploring this intuitive movement. Maybe you keep your eyes closed and just allow yourself to go inward. So let go of processing every single thing through your mind, judging every single thing with your mind or with your ego, and just allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to experience from the inside. And then when you are ready, we will eventually meet back in downward facing dog. So you can find your way there just in your next few breaths. Good job, my friends. And then as you move into down dog, give yourself a moment to explore it. So you can pedal out your heels, you can shift your weight from side to side, you can shake your head yes or no. So anything that calls to you from your down dog. Maybe you let go of alignment for a moment, let your spine round, maybe lift high on your tiptoes. Maybe you want to bring your hands out really wide or your feet out really wide. So whatever calls to you, just explore your downward facing dog today in this moment in your body. So what feels good, what feels strong, what feels open, and then what might feel a little bit tight or sore or stiff. And then can you feel your big, deep, spacious breath? So each time you inhale, feel a sense of lightness or a sense of buoyancy. Feel that lift coming from your center. And then each time you exhale, feel a hugging in, a connection to your deepest strength. So you feel your belly button pull in and up. And again, you feel that lift right at your center, like there's a rope attached to your belly button, pulling up towards the sky. Take one more great big inhale into your down dog. Maybe lift your sit bones just a little bit higher. And then exhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Step, tiptoe, or light hop, forward fold. So pause here in your fold for just a moment. You can grab opposite elbows if you want to for ragdoll. You can bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck some traction. So whatever feels good in your body, keep your feet at least hips width distance apart. And then make sure all your weight or most of your weight is forward in your feet. So you're not rocking back into your heels. You can have a little or a big bend in your knees. And then imagine that rope pulling up on your belly button. See if you can lift your butt, your sit bones a little bit higher towards the sky. Good job, you guys. And then breathe into your back body. Breathe all the way down the backs of your legs. Maybe sway a little bit or bob a little bit. Let your neck relax. Let your head be heavy. Take one more great big deep breath. And then next time you inhale, halfway lift. So lengthen your spine. Get all the rounding out of your back. Think of broadening through your sit bones. Exhale, let it go. Fold in. Do that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. So crown of your head reaches forward, tops of thighs press back, sit bones broaden. So it's like you're trying to really stick your butt out behind you. Exhale, fold. And then your choice, you can either roll or reverse swan dive. Take it all the way up to stand. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. So big full body stretch. Exhale, draw your hands into your heart center. All right, let's flow with our breath. Inhale, high mountain, stretch tall. Exhale, lead with your heart. Slow swan dive down. So lengthen for as long as possible, then fold in. With your inhalation, lift halfway. So get all the rounding out of your back spine, parallel to the earth. Back of your neck should be nice and long. Exhale, fold, bow in. Now from the press of your feet, lead with your heart. So reverse swan dive. Come through your halfway lift and continue to rise. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And let's do another round just like that. This is your half sun salutation. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, slow dive. So traction out your spine, make it feel good. Very end of your exhale, let it all go. Relax your neck at the bottom. Halfway lift with your inhalation. Ardha Uttanasana, back muscles hug around your spine. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, lead with your heart, rise up. So you're sticking your butt out behind you as you unhinge. All the way up, breathe in, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, arms to the sky, reach. And then as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers this time. So roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. And if you can, start to reach your hands back away from your body. And then final option, add a little baby back bend. So lift your heart up, reach your knuckles down. Imagine you've got a yoga block in between your inner thighs. So hug your invisible block and then press your hips gently forward. Take one more big inhale. Keep your hands clasped. Exhale, hinge at your hips, slow dive all the way down, forward fold. With your fingers interlaced, inhale to a halfway lift position. So really squeeze your back muscles around your spine as you lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Take about 2 or 3 more rounds with your hands clasped behind you. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Relax your neck. Head hangs heavy. See if you can lift maybe your knuckles just a little bit higher. Cam, I hope you're modifying. Take one more big inhale. Lift, lift, lift. And then exhale, hands to your low back, gently release your clasp, let your arms hang. Give your arms a gentle little shake out. And then when you're ready, plant your palms and step your feet to the back of your yoga mat. So plank position, you can come to your knees if you want to modify today. So I was giving Cam crap because he has a bum shoulder, so I'm just making sure he's taking modifications. All right, so from your plank pose, take a moment to really find your strength. So push the ground away with your hands. Come to your knees if you would like. That is always perfectly fine, and you'll still get a really good workout for your arms and your core, even if you bring your knees down. See if you can start to rock forward and back. You haven't already. And then next time you rock forward, take a big inhale. See if you can stay on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, press back up, high plank. Do that again. Exhale, little rock forward, halfway down. So elbows are stacked over wrists, shoulders strong, belly strong. Inhale, press back up. And then exhale, slow as you can go all the way down to your belly. Good work, my friends. Inhale, Spiderman, Cobra. So bring your hands out wide. I'm going to bring my fingertips onto the sand. Elbows face the sky. Lift your chest up. Breathe in. And as you exhale, take a little twist to the right. Left shoulder dips down. Should feel good. Inhale, come back to center. Lift your heart. Tone your belly. Exhale, other side. So right shoulder dips down as you twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Go one more time in each direction with your own breath at your own pace. Just feeling into your shoulder girdle, feeling into your spine, maybe even down into your hips. Eventually, inhale will bring you back to center. Exhale to let it go. Give yourself one more back bend variation. So baby cobra, full cobra, up dog, sphinx, whatever you'd like. And then eventually, let's take it back, downward facing dog. Once you're back in down dog, you've got about 5 breaths there. So feel free to explore with any movement that calls to you. Feel free to just be still, focus on the movement of your breath within you. If you want to turn it into a turbo dog, go for it. So all you will do is bend your elbows a lot and then squeeze your elbows in towards each other. So your forearms are hovering just an inch or so above the ground. Continue to lift your sit bones really, really high. So imagine that invisible rope. It's pulling up on your belly button. Keep breathing, big, spacious breaths. Use your breath to support you. It's your greatest power, your greatest tool. Soften through your face. Be where you are at. Feel into it. Good job, my friends. Let's take one more big inhale. Maybe lift your butt a little bit higher, lengthen your side bodies a little bit more. Exhale, gaze forward, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. So find length. Exhale, let it go, fold. Root through your feet. Let's take it all the way up. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And then this time, interlace your fingers, flip your palms up to face the sky. From here, side body stretch over to the right. So upper body to the right, hips go to the left. Bring more weight into your left foot. And then see if you can shift your hips further to the left as you reach further to the right. Press out through your palms so your arms are as straight as possible. If you want to modify, you can let go of the clasp, bring your right hand to your right hip for a little more support. So your primary focus here is just finding that length through your left side. Breathe into your left ribs, breathe into your left waistline. So great big huge breaths, create more space. Take one more round. Inhale, come back to the center, and then exhale, round your spine, press your palms forward, so little bend in your knees, curl in chin to chest. And then take a moment and just kind of lift one shoulder up and then the other. You might even move your hips a little bit from side to side. So just stretching into your back body, each side of your back ribs should feel good. Keep pressing your palms forward as you round and curl in. Next time you breathe in, keep your fingers interlaced, arms to the sky. So palms press straight up, and then we're going to take our side body stretch to the other side. So weight more in your right foot, shift your hips to the right, upper body to the left. If you want to take a different variation, you can bring your left hand to your left hip for more support, or take any variation that will better serve you. Big deep breaths. Make sure you're not leaning forward and looking down. Keep your right shoulder back and down, and then pressing your left armpit slightly forward. Breathe bigger and deeper. One more round. Reach, reach, reach. Press out through your palms. Inhale, come back to center. This time, exhale, cactus your arms. So release your clasp, lift your heart, open up. Inhale, arms to the sky, nice and long through your spine. Realign. Exhale, slow dive down. Empty out as you dive. Relax your neck at the bottom. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. You take your vinyasa your own way this time. So if you want to add a couple of push-ups, go for it. If you want to take it on your knees, if you want to skip it all together, all options are your choice always. So do what works best for you, and we will see you back in down dog. Once you're back in your down dog, reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. So really fire it up. Next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky. So for this one, hips stay square, inner thighs face each other. I know for most of you, you can't lift your right leg quite as high with your hips square. That is okay. I do not care about height. I care about length and strength. So press up through your right foot, get your right leg as straight as you can. And then notice, are you lifting through your left sit bone or did your left leg get kind of lazy? So think of hugging in with your left inner thigh, lift through your left butt cheek, lift from your belly button, press down through your hands and then press up through your right foot. Take one more big inhale, straighten your right leg even more, so engage through the front of your right thigh. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Keep your hips nice and high. Stay here as you breathe in. You should be on your back, tippy toes, press the earth away, and then exhale, step your right foot forward, low lunge. Take just about 2 or 3 breaths to kind of move through your legs. So anything that feels good to you. Straighten and bend your front knee, open your front hip, set your back knee down. I have really nice cushion under my knees today with the sand. Good, you guys. So just feeling into your legs, what's going on in your hips, with your hamstrings. How do your legs feel? And then in your next breath or two, let's find our way up to our high crescent lunge. So front knee over front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. And then think of pressing your feet firmly down and energetically pulling your front foot back, your back foot forward. So as you do that energetically, you hug towards midline. You find that stabilization right at your center, right at your inner thighs, low abdominals tone, and then chest lifts, arms reach. Gaze slightly up. And breathe, just feel into your body. If you want to get crazy, close your eyes. Feel from the inside. Really nice, you guys. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, airplane lunge. So hinge forward and reach back. Diagonal line from the top of your head back to your heel. Hug your shoulder blades towards your spine. You can absolutely stay here, or here's your chance for balance. Press into your right foot, float your back leg up, full airplane pose. So think of a smiley face shape from the top of your head back to your toes. Hips stay square. If today your back foot is just hovering above the ground, that's your airplane pose, perfectly fine. So your expression, be where you are at, meet yourself there. Take one more full round. And then we're gonna land softly back in our crescent lunge. So left toes to the back of your mat, arms to the sky. Breathe in. Good. Now listen, exhale, turbo twist to the right. So back knee bends, left arm goes forward, right arm goes back. Twist from your center. Make sure you're not leaning or reaching forward, so your weight is still centered. Your shoulders are over your hips. They're just twisting to the right. See if you can broaden through the front of your shoulders, front of your collarbones. If you want an extra challenge, gaze back over your right fingertips. Take one more round. Bend your back knee more, squeeze your inner thighs. Now, inhale, warrior 2. So you're gonna cartwheel your arms open in the opposite direction. Right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. Back heel pivots down. So now your right toes are facing directly forward. Left toes are facing directly to the left. Center your weight. Settle in. Find your breath. If it feels like your butt is sticking out behind you, think of wrapping your right butt cheek underneath you. Get your right knee to track open towards your pinky toe. Next time you breathe in, reach forward, reach, and then tip it over, side angle posture. So right elbow can come to your right thigh, or right hand reaches for the ground. Left arm can go straight up, or left arm can reach forward. So nice long line from your left fingertips all the way back to your left foot. Keep the outer edge of your left foot rooting down and your left leg really strong. So all the little muscles are hugging around the bones in your left leg. Breathe. Notice if your butt is sticking out behind you, wrap your right butt cheek underneath you, track your right knee open towards your pinky toe. Take one more full round. Good work. Now inhale, come up to your warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. Front palm rotates to face up, reverse triangle. So reach up and then just ever so slightly reach back. See if you can get your hips nice and level. So front hip is not lower than your back hip. Front hip is not higher than your back hip. Nice and level. And then reach, 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 lengthen through your right side. Keep your chest open. So you're not trying to square your shoulders forward. Chest is open, right side body is long. Maybe you slide your left fingertips down your back leg. Left oblique, so side abdominals are strong. Take one more big inhale, see if you can reach further, higher. And exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground. So bend your front knee, pivot to the ball of your back foot. So now you're in a low lunge position. Root into your front foot, float your back leg up, standing splits. So one-legged forward fold, think of it that way, nice and easy. Fingertips can stay on the ground to help with balance, or if you want to, maybe play. Right arm can wrap behind your right leg. You can plant your palms, take a couple little hops towards handstand. So wherever you choose to go, just make sure your breath is right there with you. Press down firmly into your right foot. Imagine that invisible rope. It's still attached to your belly button. It's still pulling up. If you're holding standing splits, relax your neck. And then make your left leg stronger. Spread your left toes. Good job, you guys. Take one more big inhale. Reach, reach, reach. Lengthen, lengthen. Exhale. Set your left foot down next to right. If you need to get your right leg a little shake out, that's fine. Bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels, tuck and curl. So your little tiny potato bug ball. Your heels can either stay on the ground if that's available to you. If you're like me and you can't keep your heels down, then you can have the intention of pressing your heels down. So working the flexibility in your ankles, or intentionally lift your heels really, really high. And as you do so, see if you can reach your butt closer to the ground, nose closer to your knees. Maybe wrap your arms around the fronts of your shins and squeeze. Breathe into your back body. Empty out all the way with each exhale. Good work. Find your center with each exhale. Take one more round here. And then next time you breathe in, halfway lift, spinal extension. So lengthen it out. Exhale, fold. Now listen, chair pose. So bend your knees, weight in your heels, lift your heart and reach up. So you can take a moment to kind of settle. Make sure your weight is now in your heels, not in your toes. Lift through your chest. So rather than rounding and looking down, bottom tips of shoulder blades hug your spine, lift your heart. And then notice when you lifted your heart, did you let go through your belly? So draw your belly button back and up. Keep that connection to center. Soften your face. Soften your shoulders if it's helpful. You can bend your elbows a little bit. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So swing your arms back, possibly float up to your tiptoes. Back muscles hug around your spine. So same as they would in airplane pose. Same thing we're doing here. Back muscles strong, like a little baby cobra in your chest, heart slightly lifted. If you're on your tiptoes, see if you can stay there. Next time you breathe in, high mountain all the way up as tall as you can grow. Maybe stay on your tiptoes. Exhale, slow dive. So really think of sticking your butt out behind you. Take it all the way down, forward fold. Set your heels on the ground, halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. Take your vinyasa your way. Skip it if you'd rather. And then once you are back in your downward facing dog, reconnect to your strong, deep Ujjayi breath. Powerful inhales and even more powerful exhales. Next inhalation, left leg to the sky. So hip stays square, inner thighs face each other. Notice if you got lazy in your right leg. So that, for probably the first 5 years of my yoga practice, I always just got lazy in my right leg when I lifted up my left leg, or vice versa. So really pay attention, not just to the parts of the pose that are involved in the pose or what feels like they're involved. Your whole entire body is working to create this posture. So notice your right leg, lift through your right butt cheek, hug in with your right inner thigh, draw up through your belly button, and then make your left leg really strong, really powerful. Straighten it as much as you can. Make your left foot active. Press down through your hands. Lengthen the space underneath your armpits a little more. Take one more big inhale. Use your breath. Fill up. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So keep your hips really, really high. Curl in. Stay here as you breathe in. Push the ground away. And then exhale, softly step your left foot forward. Take about 2 or 3 breaths just to kind of explore your legs. So anything that feels good. Bend and straighten your front leg. Open your front hip. And then in your next couple of rounds, let's meet up in a crescent lunge. So slowly rise up, settle in, strong through your legs, hug in with your inner thighs, and feel that strength in your back leg just as much as your front leg. So if a little toddler came and sat on your back leg, nothing would happen. It wouldn't collapse. And then also make sure your back foot feels really strong. So yoga is so, so good for our feet. Start to build those muscles in the bottoms of your feet. Tone your low abdominals, lift your heart, arms reach up. Soften your face, slow, deep breaths. If you want to, you can close your eyes, feel the pose from the inside. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, airplane lunge. So hinge forward, reach back, find that diagonal line. Squeeze your back muscles around your spine so your back muscles are supporting your spine. You've got that little lift in your heart. You're welcome to stay here, or invitation to fly. So back foot floats up. Heart stays lifted. Think of that smiley face shape. That's your intention. If it doesn't happen, no big deal. But that's what we're going for. If your back foot is hovering just an inch above the ground, that's your pose, perfectly fine. So your fullest expression, breathe there. Great big, huge breaths. Back muscles squeeze your spine, chest is slightly lifted. Use your inner thighs to bring your back heel level with your front shoulders. One more round. End of your exhale, soft as you can, back to crescent lunge. So right toes to the back of your mat. Arms reach up, breathe in. And then exhale, you've got your turbo twist. So right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bends. Squeeze your inner thighs. Your back knee is hovering above the ground. Make sure you're not leaning forward. So your weight is centered. And then if you want a great big challenge, gaze back over your left fingertips. Breathe down into your belly. Use your exhales to twist, twist, twist. One more round. With your inhale, warrior 2. So left arm comes forward as your right arm goes back and the back heel pivots down. Virabhadrasana 2. You can take a moment to readjust. So left toes are still facing forward. Right toes now are facing directly to the right. Bend into your front knee. And think of wrapping your left butt cheek underneath your body so your butt's not sticking out behind you. Find your breath. Center your weight. Next time you inhale, reach forward. So like you want to reach past the top edge of your mat and then tip it over. Left elbow can come to your left thigh or left hand can reach towards the ground, right arm to the sky. Stay nice and open. So heart is open, shoulders are open, hips are open. Maybe your right arm reaches forward, lengthen through your right side. Keep wrapping your left butt cheek underneath you, dragging your left knee open towards your pinky toe. Don't let it collapse in. Give me about 2 more breaths here. Your back foot is still rooted firmly, back leg strong. Imagine you're trying to rotate your heart to look up. One last round. And then as you inhale, come back up to your warrior two. Straighten out your front leg. And then reverse triangle. So start with your right hand at your right hip. Left arm reaches up. And then start to reach slightly back. Keep your hips nice and level. If you want, you can let your right fingertips slide down your back leg. Left side body elongates. So create lots of space through your left side from your left fingertips all the way down to your left toes. Soften your face. Breathe bigger, breathe deeper. Take one more inhale. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground, pivot to the ball of your back foot, root into your front foot, and then standing splits, right leg floats up. So again, just think of it as a one-legged forward fold, no big deal. You can relax your neck, let your head be heavy, stay here, or option to take your left arm behind your left leg, play with balance, option to bring your hands to the ground in front of you. Maybe take a few little hops towards handstand. So just playing, just exploring, or find stillness and just breathe. Be present with your breath. Use your breath to create more space on the inside. Got about 2 more rounds. If you're holding standing splits, relax your neck. Make your right foot powerful and strong, so spread your toes. Good job, you guys. Take just one last big inhale. Exhale, set your right foot down next to left, forward fold. You can give your left leg a little shake out if it needs it. And then bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. So as you exhale, draw navel to spine and find that deepest part of yourself, your very, very center. Inhale into your back body, your back ribs. And again, you get to choose heels lifted or heels move towards the ground. Arms around your shins or fingertips down to help with balance. One more full round here. And then with your next inhale, halfway lift, heels down, spine parallel to the earth. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet. Let's take it all the way up to stand. Inhale, stretch your arms up, gaze up, open up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we will flow, breath to movement. Inhale, arms to the sky. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms to face up. Exhale, side body stretch to the right, hips go to the left. Empty out. Inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, round your spine, press your palms forward, curl in. Inhale, come back up, lengthen. And then exhale, side body stretch to the left, hips go to the right. Inhale, back to center. And as you exhale this time, cactus your arms, lift your heart, baby back bend. Inhale, re-extend, realign. Exhale, hinge at your hips, slow dive, take it all the way down, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart. Keep your shoulders back and down. Try not to lock out your elbows. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great big inhalation, right leg high, stretch it out. And then use your core strength. Exhale, softly step your right foot forward, low lunge. Strong through your legs. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Exhale, your choice, airplane lunge or full airplane fly. Inhale, back to crescent lunge, left toes down, arms up. Exhale, twisted turbo lunge, left arm forward, right arm back, back knee bends, squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, warrior two. So right arm forward, left arm back, back heel pivots down. Exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over, empty all the way out. Inhale, reverse triangle. So come up, straighten your front leg, reach up, reach slightly back, lengthen. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits. Take a hop if you want to. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball, curl in, get small. Halfway lift as you breathe in, realign. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, weight in your heels, lift your heart, reach up. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Option to float to tiptoes. Inhale, stay on tiptoes if you can, high mountain all the way up. Maybe stay on your tiptoes. Exhale, slow dive. So stick your butt out behind you, take it all the way down. Halfway lift as you breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, Chaturanga. Your variation, skip it if you'd rather. Inhale, lift your heart. Don't just move through it, feel your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, you guys, inhale your left leg high, stick with me. Exhale, soft as possible, left foot steps through. Strong legs, slowly rise, crescent lunge, breathe in. Exhale, yogi's choice, airplane lunge or option to fly, back foot floats up. Inhale, come back to crescent, reach up. And exhale, turbo twist to the left, right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bends. Inhale, warrior two. So left arm forward, right arm back, back heel pivots down. Exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over, empty out. Inhale, reverse triangle. So come up, straighten your front leg, reach up, reach back, lots of length. Exhale, hands to the ground, ball of your back foot. Inhale, standing splits, right leg floats, hop if you want. Exhale, tuck and curl, little tiny potato bug ball, get small. Inhale, halfway lift, spinal extension. Exhale, fold, bow in. We're gonna go straight into our last round. Inhale, rise all the way up. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up. Exhale, side body stretch over to the right, hips go over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Round your spine as you press your palms forward, little bend in your knees, curl in. Inhale, come back up and lengthen. Exhale, side body stretch, other side. So upper body left, hips to the right. Inhale, back to center. This time, little back bend, release your clasp, open your heart. Inhale, re-extend arms to the sky, spine long. Exhale, slow swan dive. So lead with your heart, traction out your spine, then let it go. Ha. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Keep that exhale going, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Roll your shoulders back and down, so important. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, listen here, you guys. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to left elbow or just as close as you can come. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow or as high as you can get on your right arm. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, step your right foot through. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Strong through your legs. Exhale, airplane lunge or full airplane fly. Inhale, come back to crescent, soft landing. Exhale, turbo twist, left arm forward, right arm back, bend your back knee. Inhale, warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back, pivot your back heel down. Exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over, empty all the way out. Inhale, reverse triangle, come up, straighten your front leg, reach up, reach back. Hips as level as possible. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground. Low lunge. Inhale, standing splits. Hop if you want to. Exhale, tuck and curl, little potato bug ball. Halfway lift with your inhale. Lots of length. Exhale, fold and bow. Inhale, chair pose, weight in your heels, bend your knees, lift your heart, reach up. Keep a tone in your belly. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Maybe you float to your tiptoes. Stay on your tiptoes if you can. High mountain all the way up as tall as you can grow. And maybe stay on your tiptoes, slow dive. Exhale, take it down. Heels on the ground as you breathe in, spinal extension. And exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. Keep that exhale going, Chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Try not to lock out your elbows no matter how high you go. And then exhale, hips lift. Inhale, left leg high. Now listen, exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog, stretch it out. Exhale, left to left, as high as you can get on your left arm. Inhale, three-legged dog. And your last one, exhale, knee to your nose. Softly step your left foot through. Root through your feet, rise up, crescent. Breathe in. Exhale, airplane lunge or fly. Back foot lifts. With your inhale, crescent lunge. Reach up, baby gaze up. Exhale, turbo twist to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back knee hovers. Inhale, warrior two. So open up in the opposite direction. Pivot your back heel down. Exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over. And inhale, one last reverse triangle, front leg straight. Lots of length through your left side. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits, hop if you want. Exhale, tug and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. All right, my friends, so you're gonna stay here, just find your breath, slow it down. If you want a little more of a challenge or a lot more of a challenge, option to turn this into toe stand. So squeeze through your inner thighs, hug your heels in, start to direct your knees forward, and then see if you can bring your hands up to your heart. Focus your gaze, soften your face, breathe, slow down your breath. Keep hugging in with your inner thighs, hugging in through your heels. Take about 2 more rounds. Feel all those little muscles in your feet, ankles, calves, shins, working to help you balance. Now listen, you guys, you're gonna bring your hands to the ground, everybody. If you need extra cushion for your knees, you can fold over the front of your mat like this. Bring your knees to the ground. Bring your feet about hips width distance apart, but keep your toes tucked under. And then sit your hips back onto your heels for screaming toe pose. So toes tucked under, hips to heels. And if you're like me, I know your feet are already feeling it. You've just got about 3 to 5 breaths here. So if you can, hands to heart. If that's too much, you can bring your hands to the ground in front of you. Take a little bit of weight off. Don't let your heels drift out to the sides. Keep them pointing straight up. So slightly hugging in towards midline. Lengthen your spine, soften your face. Unclench your jaw. I know it's a lot for the bottoms of your feet. Send your breath there, soften around it. It's so good to stretch out those muscles. You can exhale out your mouth at any time. One last round. Good work. Bring your hands to the ground in front of you. Untuck your toes, sit back onto your heels. So your toes are no longer tucked under. This is just a regular hero's pose. You can absolutely stay here. If you would like to take this a little further, then bring your hands behind you and start to kind of rock back. So stretching through the front of your ankles and the tops of your feet. And you can take it back just as much as feels good to you. Press down through your toenails. So think of spreading your toes, pressing your toenails down. If you want to stay in your regular hero's pose, that's fine. About 2 more deep breaths. Giving our feet and our ankles some love today. Good job, you guys. As you are ready, plant your hands and just step your feet to the back of your mat, plank pose. Move through a vinyasa or skip it. We're going to take it all the way back to downward facing dog. So once you're back in your down dog, just kind of take a moment, walk it out. Notice how much awareness now you have in your feet, how much more you feel them. Return back to your great big Ujjayi breaths if you've lost track. So fire it back up. You guys are doing awesome. Next time you inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, open your right hip. So bend your right knee first, reach your right knee out to the right, then up towards the sky. Try not to sink into your left wrist, left shoulder, or left hip. You can absolutely stay here. This is an awesome stretch. Or option to flip your dog. So right toes come down behind you, right arm lifts and reaches forward. Lift through your heart, lift through your hips. Breathe down into your belly. If you're in the back bend with me, one last round, fullest expression. And then let's come back, everybody, 3-legged dog. Extend your right leg really high. So big inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat, low lunge. And then bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out to the width of your mat and walk your right foot forward just a little tiny bit. Now, you can choose to leave your back knee lifted. That will be extra hard, extra intense. Or bring your back knee gently to the ground. And then slowly see if you can lower your upper body closer to the ground without just leaning over to the left. So it's going to be really tempting to just kind of collapse to the left. Try to push more of your weight to the right. And then think of just letting your heart melt down. Back knee lifted or back knee down, it's up to you. You can spin your right toes out to the right. You can even roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Just keep your ankles strong. You'll be here for about 4 or 5 more breaths. So allow yourself just to settle with each exhale. Notice where you're tensing up, where you're resisting, either physically, energetically, emotionally. And just by noticing, maybe it starts to move, maybe it starts to soften just a little bit more. You can exhale out your mouth anytime. Give me about 2 more breaths. Nice work, you guys. Everybody start to find your way back up to your hands. And then if you do have your back knee lifted, set it down very gently, just for a moment. You're going to untuck your back toes. Keep your left hand down, reach your right arm up, and then reach your right arm back. Pivot your right toes to face directly out to the right. So reach your right arm back towards your left toes. Let your left hip kind of move towards the ground. This is called a horizon lunge. Press down through your left hand so you're not sinking into your left shoulder. So left side body is long, and then breathe into your hips, your groin. Good. Take 1 more deep breath here. As you inhale, reach your right arm up and then reach your right arm forward. Bring your right hand back to the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then just step your right foot back so you're in a plank position. Right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Left arm to the sky, side plank, Sasana. Lift your hips as high as you can. If you need to modify, you can bring your left knee down, no big deal. Option to reach your left arm forward, so lengthen through your left side. Option to float your left leg up, lift your hips even higher. If there is a different variation you want to go for it. 2 more rounds, your fullest expression. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. Good job, you guys. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plank or modified plank. Take an inhale to prepare, push the ground away. Exhale to slowly lower. Inhale, back bend of your choice, lift your heart. And then exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, bring your feet out to the width of your mat. All 10 toes face forward. You might walk your feet in just an inch closer, not too much. Right hand reaches around to grab the back of your left ankle, back of your calf, or back of your knee. So as low as you can reach on your leg, you're grabbing the outside of your ankle, yeah. And then press down through your left hand. Keep your left shoulder strong. Lift your sit bones. Each exhale, think of gazing underneath your left armpit, and you can kind of use the leverage of your arm against your leg to work that twist from the inside. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. So think of each exhale as a detox. Letting go. Rinsing, bringing out. Nice work, my friends. One last deep breath. End of your exhalation. Unwind, regular down dog. All right. Now listen, readjust your stance. So if you need to, you can kind of step your feet back, maybe step them in a little bit. All right. Okay. So left leg to the sky. Now listen carefully. You're going to slowly crawl your hands back until you're in a warrior 3 position. So spine parallel to the ground, left leg parallel to the ground. Yes? All right. Now, left hand's going to stay down, right hand to your right hip. And then think of taking that skin on the inside of your hip that's all squished, roll it out and push it back. As you do that, your upper body starts to twist to the right. So keep working that twist. Squeeze your inner thighs, twist from your center. Maybe extend your right leg to the sky. So now you're in a revolved half moon. Back leg strong. Press with your back foot, lengthen through your back leg, twist from your center. Reach up like you want to touch the sky. Take one more round, work your twist. Good creme dog. End of your exhale. Keep your back leg lifted. Unwind. Right hand to your mat. Left hand to your left hip. So opening up, regular half moon. Squeeze your outer right butt cheek as you stack your left hip on top of right. Then left arm reaches up. So think of expanding in all directions. If you want to move into the bind, go for it. Bend your left knee. Reach back. Grab hold of your left foot. Kick foot in the hand. Pull hand back into foot. Maybe rotate your heart to look up. Your pose, your expression. 2 more rounds. You're almost there, you guys. If you're holding onto your left foot, slowly release, re-extend. Everybody, one more inhale. Exhale, forward fold at the back of your yoga mat. So bring your left foot down next to right. You can give your right leg a little shake out. You guys are gonna love me so much. Choose between toe stand or screaming toe pose. So you can either come down to your little tiny ball, move into your toe stand, or set your knees gently on the ground in front of you. Hips sit back on top of your heels. If you want to take your tiny little potato bug ball as a modification, perfectly fine. About 5 deep breaths. Soften through your face. Unclench your jaw. Soften through your shoulders. Nice work, my friends. All right, everybody bring your knees to the ground. So if you were in tiny little potato bug ball or toe stand, set your knees down, untuck your toes. And then from here, just walk your hands forward. So child's pose. Forehead rests down. Breathe into your low back. If you want to widen your knees, feel free. Reconnect to you. Couple more grounding breaths here. And then let's take it all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. All right. Inhale your left leg to the sky. And open up your left hip. So bend your left knee, squeeze your outer left butt cheek, stack left hip on top of right. Stay here. You're perfect. Or option to flip it. Left toes come down behind you. Left arm reaches forward. Think of reaching your heart forward as you press your hips up. So try to get any bend out of your hips, any flexion. Breathe all the way down into your belly. One more full round. End of your exhale, let's come back, three-legged dog. Everybody extend your left leg really high. Take an inhale. And exhale, left foot comes forward. Softly set your left foot down. Hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out to the width of your mat, maybe a little bit forward, an inch or so. Choose to leave your back knee lifted for lots of intensity. It's really hard. Or back knee can come down. And then slowly start to work your upper body closer to the ground without sinking over to your right. So as soon as you kind of collapse to the right, the pose isn't doing much anymore. You're just kind of hanging out. You can, if you want to take it that way, you can, and just focus on your breath. If you want to get something out of the pose, then push your weight more to the left. You might spin your left toes out to the left or roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. As long as you are pushing your weight more to the left, the pose will stay in integrity. You won't collapse. And you can really just soften around it, soften into it. Big, deep breaths. Upper body closer to the ground. Heart melts towards the ground. And just allow sensation to come and go. Maybe stay a while, breathe into it. About 3 more breaths. Exhale out your mouth at any time. Good job, my friends. One last round. Biggest, hugest breath you've taken all practice long. And then rise back up to your hands. Bring your back knee down if it was lifted, so just very gently. Spin your left toes directly out to the left, so straight out to the left. Right hand will stay down, and maybe you bring your right hand kind of forward a little bit. You're going to let your right hip move towards the ground. Turn to the left. Left arm reaches up and back. So hips move down. Left toes point to the left. Left arm reaches back. Push down into your right hand so you're not sinking into your right shoulder. And think of lengthening through your right side body. This is a horizon lunge. Everyone's going to feel this pose in a little bit of a different spot. Take one more round. Inhale, reach your left arm up, and then bring your left hand forward back to your mats. Lift your back knee up. So tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and just bring your left foot all the way back. So meet your right. You're in a plank position. Now we've got our side plank. Left hand is our foundation this time. Right arm to the sky. Lift your hips really, really high. Good. So if you want to bring your left knee down, fine with me. Otherwise, hips high. Maybe reach your right arm forward. Maybe float your right leg up, lift your hips higher, breathe. Your fullest expression, about 2 more deep breaths. So stay really, really strong, but soften around it, soften your face. Good job. One last inhale. Exhale, plank or modified plank, both knees lifted or both knees down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, slowly lower. Back bend of your choice as you breathe in. Shoulders back and down. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take it back. Bring your feet out to the width of your mat. Maybe walk your toes in just an inch, not much. Left hand reaches back. This time you're grabbing the outside of your right ankle, calf, or knee. Right hand stays pressing strongly, rooted firmly. Right shoulder strong. And then each exhale, gaze underneath your right armpit. You can use the leverage of your left hand against your leg as gentle leverage. Hips stay high, spine stays long, breath is moving through you. You're almost there, you guys, just a little bit longer. Stick with me. All right, one last exhalation to work your twist. And then end of your exhale, unwind. Regular down dog. You can kind of walk your feet back in, pedal it out. All right. Last little balancing series. So right leg floats up, three-legged dog. Keep your hips square. Start to crawl your hands back. So they just get about halfway back. And then you should be in a warrior three position with your fingertips on the ground. Back leg parallel to the earth, spine parallel to the earth. So come to that place, spine parallel to the ground, back leg parallel to the ground. Leave your right fingertips down. You could use a block if you have one at home. Left hand to your left hip crease. Take that skin that's on the inside of your hip, it's all squished. Roll it out and push it back. And as you do that, automatically your upper body starts to twist a little bit to the left. Continue to work that twist. Squeeze your inner thighs. Your hip should be nice and level. So if it's helpful, bring your hand to your sacrum and make sure your hips are level. Your right hip should be higher than left. When you're ready, left arm reaches up. Revolved half moon. Feel the twist from your center like you're wringing out. Back leg strong and powerful. Try to straighten your back leg. Maybe lift it a tiny bit higher. You can have a little or a big bend in your standing leg. Squeeze your inner thighs. Take one more round, twist, twist, twist. End of your exhale, back leg stays lifted, left hand comes down. Right hand to right hip. Peel your right hip open, so regular half moon. Stack your right hip on top of left. And then right arm to the sky. Back leg powerful, like you're stomping it onto an invisible wall. Stay here or move into your bound variation. Bend your right knee, grab hold of your right foot. Kick and pull. So find that line of tension, your fullest expression. Give me 2 more breaths wherever you're at. Breathe in every single direction. Create space in every direction. Good job. If you're holding onto your right foot, slowly release it, re-extend. One last inhale. And then exhale, forward fold at the back of your mat. So bring your right foot down, give your left leg a little shake out. All right, one last round of toe stand, screaming toe, or tiny little ball. It's up to you. 5 breaths. Soft face, relaxed jaw, soft shoulders. Good job, my friends. Last couple rounds. And then wherever you're at, bring your knees to the ground in front of you. So if you're in tiny little ball or toe stand, knees come down, untuck your toes, walk your hands forward, child's pose. You can stay in child's pose if you want one last down dog to stretch through the backs of your legs. That might feel nice. You're welcome to take it if you want to. Last couple breaths. Lift up to a tabletop, hands and knees, and then walk both of your hands off the right side of your mat and turn your entire body to face to the right. So now you're in a tabletop, just facing off the long edge of your mat. If you need extra cushion, we're going into a floor frog. So you can always fold over the front and back of your mat if you need extra cushion, or if since you're at home, you can use a blanket underneath your knees. What you're gonna do, you're going to point your toes out to both sides. So the inner edges of your feet are facing the ground. Walk your knees apart. So get your knees as far apart as you can, maybe lower down to your forearms. And then flex your toes. So inner edges of your feet are against the ground. Think of gently pressing your butt back, just very gently. And then the longer we are here, we'll be here for about 5 to 10 breaths, so a little bit longer. You might be able to bring your knees out a little bit wider. Keep pressing your butt gently back behind you. Keep your feet flexed like they're on an invisible wall, against an invisible wall. Breathe down into your hips, down into your groin. Soften with your exhales. If you're at a place where you can rest your forehead on the ground, go for it. Slow, steady breaths. So we're taking our floor frog today instead of our pigeon pose. Soften your face, your jaw, your shoulders. Soften your hands and your fingertips. Be here for about 3 or 4 more rounds. Exhale out your mouth at any time. Last big deep breath. Exhale out your mouth if you want to. Rinsing, cleansing breath. Letting go of anything you no longer need, that no longer serves you. And then slowly begin. So bring your hands to the ground. Slowly begin to walk your knees back in. Oh, nice and easy. And then sit your hips towards the back of your mat. Bring your legs forward towards the front of your mat. And then take it all the way down onto your back. Woo, we made it. Hug your knees in. Gently rock from side to side. Let your knees fall to the right. Left arm reaches out to the left. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. And if there's a different variation of a supine spinal twist that you want to take, choice is always yours. Wherever you are at, just feel into it. The space around you, the ground underneath you. And then whatever is going on inside, notice, observe. And know that everything is temporary. Nothing is permanent. So any feelings you might have right now that are uncomfortable, anxiety, stress, anything you're holding, sadness, it is not who you are. It is just passing through. So just give it your awareness, your attention. Let what comes come. Let what goes go. End of your next exhale. Let's bring it through center. As you come through center, just give your knees a big squeeze. Tiny little potato bug ball, but you're laying down on the ground now. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then let your knees fall to the left. Right arm reaches out to the right. Gaze up or over your right shoulder. Breathe down into your belly. Big expansive inhales and long, strong exhales all the way to emptiness. Just take it in every single breath. Notice your body, notice what's there. Let it come, let it go. And then I'll leave it up to you. When you feel pretty much even on both sides with your twist, come back to center and find your happy baby pose. So soles of your feet face the sky, grab hold. You can rock side to side. You can straighten one leg and then the other. So any last little movements that you would like to take for you, go ahead and move through them. And as you settle in, I will read to you. This is a quote by Jeff Foster. It's called "Let Yourself Rest." He says, "If you are exhausted, rest. If you don't feel like starting a new project, don't. If you don't feel the urge to make something new, just rest in the beauty of the old, the familiar, the known. If you don't feel like talking, stay silent. If you are fed up with the news, turn it off. If you want to postpone something until tomorrow, do it. If you want to do nothing, let yourself do nothing today. Feel the fullness of the emptiness, the vastness of the silence, the sheer life in your unproductive moments. Time does not always need to be filled. You are enough simply in your being." So I love that because I feel like in our society and in our culture, it is always encouraged to just keep moving, to keep going, to keep working, resting. There's no time for it. But I think we have it all backwards. Rest is where we find that connection to ourselves. And sometimes we need it more than we ever knew we did. So for these last few moments, I give you full permission to rest for as long as you want. So stay here for 30 seconds, stay here for 10 minutes, stay here for 30 minutes. Maybe you take a nap and you don't get up for another hour. So this is your Sunday self-care day. Let it be a day for you where you do what you want to do. And I thank you guys all so much. Emily, Chris, Mom, Sarah, Tina, Keisha, Susie, Cam, Brandy, Roman. I love you guys all. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to leave you here, so stay as long as you'd like. And when you are ready, you can seal your own practice in a way that resonates for you. Thank you. I love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.